All right, thanks, Steve. All right, so just quick before I get started, I want to ask you a quick question. So show of hands in the interest of time. Who would say they're happy and content with their life as it is right now? Liars. Well, at least most of you, because I don't think we're as happy as we say we are, or even as we think we are. So I'll talk about a few of the reasons why that is. I won't cover them all in 5 minutes, so if your own particular source of unhappiness doesn't make the list, don't feel too miserable. We can chat about it in the bar later. You can buy. So we surround ourselves with the wrong people. You know, getting sucked into the he said, she said of the gossip crowd, filling our brains with pointless facts about people's lives who we don't care about. We spend time with people who are unambitious and uninspired. And you know those kinds of people, they just sort of sit in apathy, you know, nothing's ever really good enough, and everything is just basically shit. And we spend a lot of time with people who complain, and there's so many of those in this country. It's almost like a national sport to complain. You know, a few weeks of rain, and oh, I wish it would brighten up. And then we get some sunshine, and yeah, but it's too hot though. You know, just chipping away at our happiness, one bitch at a time. We're also not happy because we don't spend the time living in the present. We're always living off past successes and failures, you know, strutting around after getting our 50-meter swimming badge when we were 8, crying about a date we didn't get when we were back in high school. But all we're doing there is putting the responsibility on our past selves for causing the problems, or our ghost of Shitmas past, if you will. And then we spend time fantasizing about the future to escape the present we hate so much, you know, or we don't do anything about it, of course. We just sit in the pub, spending money on drinks, talking about how broke we are and how we're going to fix it tomorrow, or putting our responsibility on fixing the problem on our ghost of Shitmas future. But what we don't do is sit down with a ghost of Shitmas present and figure out a plan to solve the problem. We just put off happiness like we're going to buy it back later someday, like when the weekend rolls around, or maybe when we retire. Sorry, Matt. But another reason why we're not happy, we watch the news. I don't even know where to start with that. You know, filling up on misery, one bowl at a time. Murder, war, poverty, Donald Trump. And, you know, you end up having a screen telling you who to hate, or celebrities you're supposed to emulate, when most of those people aren't happy either. You know, I talked about Donald Trump, did I? Right, good. Okay, we'll move on. So another reason why we're not happy is we spend a lot of time complaining and blaming, you know? But if you think about it, when we complain, all we're really doing is saying, here's a situation I'm not happy with. I won't do anything about it. I'll just bitch and moan, because otherwise I'd actually take some action to fix the problem. But you're just putting that responsibility on other people to make you happy, and they're not going to do that. Or another thing we do is we blame other people, you know? It's other people in situations why we're not happy. As if, like, you know, somehow if people over here would do something different, suddenly your happiness would just skyrocket. But essentially what it comes down to is we haven't defined what happiness is for us. We take other people's definitions of happiness and then we adopt them for our own. You know, like Madonna when she goes on holiday. But most of these people, we get these definitions and they're not really happy either. You know, we see the cars and the mansions and the suntan from their holiday. But what we don't see is the credit card debt. You know, their career crisis, or them being a Kardashian, perhaps. Well, maybe we see that, but we haven't defined our own happiness, so then we have this like knee-jerk reaction to fix the problem, you know? So we quit drinking for a day. We join a gym for a week, although we keep paying about it, and then we can complain about it. You know, but by fixing all of these knee-jerk reactions, we're not actually solving the problem. Because happiness, it comes down to a choice. So I'm saying that when you're not doing stuff that makes you happy, you're choosing to be unhappy. You know, you're choosing to stay in that job you hate, or that relationship that doesn't make you happy, or living in that place that you don't like. You know, you're making a choice. So I'm saying, let's make a different choice. Choose to have the right people around you. Of course, people are going to take the piss. We all need a bit of that from our mates, but have people around you who are going to support you, encourage you, you know, make you feel valued, dust you off when things go wrong, as it inevitably will. I'm saying, choose to live in the moment. Yeah, you've got past successes and failures you can learn from and you can think about. And yes, you've got a plan for the future. But you've got to take steps today to make that future possible. It's no good always putting the diet or the new job off until tomorrow. I'm saying choose to be around the right people with the right information. And if you have to watch the news, okay, watch the news. But seriously, how many times do you need to keep reading that headline, tweet it to your mate, to keep watching that video? Read it and then move on. Or find some information that's going to help you be happier with your lives day to day. So what I'm saying is, choose what makes you happy. Because happiness is subjective. What makes one person happy doesn't make the next person happy, and vice versa. So figure out what makes you happy, what lights you up, and then make no apologies while you go after it. Just get out there and do it. Because essentially, happiness really does come down to making a choice. Now, it's an easy choice to make, but it's also an easy choice not to make. So you've only got a limited number of days left. So I would say ask yourself a question. Do you want tomorrow to be like all of your yesterdays? Thanks for listening.